Alright, guys. Well, today I just wanted to show you this cover that I started quite a while back. According to my computer, I started this recording in 2011. It is a cover of the DJ Khaled and Drake song called I'm On One, and I really like the music to that song, and I kind of made like a little bit of a remixed cover version. Well, it's not really remixed, it's just more of like an instrumental cover. Um, but, I kind of added some of my own sounds to it. I didn't really want to, well, I kind of wanted to copy the sounds that DJ Khaled had, but I also wanted to add my own sounds because, there's no point in really just straight up taking other people's sounds and trying to remake their own song because it's already been made, right? So I just wanted to take you through a little tour of this setup that I have for the song, and then you can check it out on my SoundCloud. I'll upload it. It's under Beefily, Beefalie. I'm still a beginner at all this, so I'm using Propellerhead, Reason or Record. This one I've been using Record mostly, but Reason is great too, but I like to plug in my guitar sometimes, which I do not do on this track. But anyways, um, you can see here with the mixer, this is pretty much, um, these are all the instruments I have, a few combinators, set up too. So I'll just take you through some of the sounds that I have here. Um, so first thing I usually start with is have a mixer for the redrum. I don't really use the mixer as much as I could, but you can see here on the left that the reverb is set up to the mixer. So I have reverb on the redrum, and basically here you can see that, like, if you right click and go to edit automation, that's how I did this. I automated the wet dry and the size of the reverb. Um, if I go down further, you can see I have the bass line. So let me just take you through the bass. If you want to hear the way they sound, F4. Some of the drum sounds that are in here. I don't remember which patch I used. It's the Hip Hop Kit 01. It was built in. So they have the bass line. For the bass line, I basically used a sample of the finger bass. So I used NNXT and I put in the finger bass and pretty much just used that. So what was I talking about? The bass line. So F4. I don't know if you can hear that. Next I had Combinator 2, which you can see there is nothing here. I didn't put anything, I didn't really write any part of the music that is using Combinator 2 really, but you can hear it anyways. It's got kind of a like a spooky kind of ambient sound. It's kind of really echoey. So that's what that Combinator sounds like, but I didn't use it. I might still put it in later, but not today. So I have this melody synth. This is like the main synth that I use. This is the one that probably took me the longest because I was really trying to get this sound that I wanted, and I finally got it. I wanted it to be a similar sound, so so that it, wasn't taking away too much from the original track, but then I wanted it to sound different as well, and also not too annoying because, a lot of the sounds I was working with, they were just really kind of annoying. The more I was listening to it, it got more and more annoying, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I wouldn't be able to listen to a whole track that sounds this way. Basically, I just used Maelstrom, and I used the slap motion that's built in. Also, I put a reverb, unison, phaser, and distortion on there. Automated the distortion, pulled back. There's some frequency automation on filter A. Nothing too, you know, nothing too crazy, but you can listen to it anyways. Melody synth. I really just wanted it to peak out. That was kind of my main thing. I kind of like that static at the top. It was kind of hard to get it to do that, but I eventually figured it out. So I have some other like just background noise. This is mostly just background noise here, or background sound. If you look down here under melody, you can see that this is the Maelstrom automation that I kind of drew in. I just copy pasted it. It's even when I automate, I usually just kind of copy paste the automations. I don't always like make them completely different from one another. I have here's a reverb automation and the distortion automation. So where was I? Background chords. These are just some keys for the background. That's pretty much all it sounds like. And yeah, there's not really much. It's just kind of chorus flanger and unison. And then I have a couple other combinators here that I did not use. I got these from um, Mally's Dub on YouTube. He has combinators that he's provided tutorials for how to build, and also he has combinators that you can download the combinators from his page, from his channel. So sometimes I like the way they sound. Actually, I've used his tutorials to build my own versions of those same ones, the Monster Bass and the X-Rated Combinator. I really like both of those a lot. They're actually like two of my favorite that I've come across, really. And so I really enjoyed using those, but I didn't really use them on this track, even though I put in a couple lines for it. I haven't really found any use for them in this track, even though I've used them before in other tracks. Just kind of my own version of those combinators. I kind of made the instrument sound quite different, but if you knew where it was coming from, you'd probably be able to figure it out. I have this trance synth that's just on the intro. You can hear it. It's got this kind of like punchy, like I don't know, it's like punchy chords. It's got like a low and high sound to it. You heard it. It's kind of hard to explain the sounds. Yeah. With that, I automated the Thor on the trance synth. So pretty much, I think the only thing I automated was the volume. So pretty much this trance synth kicks in at the very beginning, and then it just kind of drops out here. If you want to look at it, it drops out here. And then you just can't hear it anymore. I don't bring it in anymore in the rest of the track. I mean, this is still a work in progress. It's not finished, but I have this NNXT here that really got no love. I didn't use it at all, even though I put it in. the sequencer. I didn't really use it. I have this other NNXT down here. This is the one that I use just by itself, and it's this, yes, this one. I pretty much use this NNXT with a patch that I got. No, sorry, it's not. What is it? That's just a sample. I sampled this from it's called the HC Earpad 140E. So I guess it's in the key of E, 140 beats per minute. It's a .wave file, and I pretty much I had some trouble because this track is 148 BPMs, and I was, trying to get something that would fit that I liked. And I mean, I don't really know if there is a way or how, if there is a way if you can change the BPMs on a sample, so that you can upload it into your instrument, like an NNXT or something like that, that you can use to sample something that's either slower or faster than your actual track, and just try and like edit that, because it's kind of hard like to explain. But basically, like, the trouble I had with it was that, like, here, you can hear. You can tell that as it goes higher, the I guess the rate of it is just, it goes a little bit faster and faster and faster, and so it's kind of hard to fit something into your track if you want it on a certain note. Sometimes if you put it on a higher note, like if I were to put this sound up in this range, it would be fast and it wouldn't really fit with the BPMs of this track. And I think I ended up cutting this. I can't remember what I did, but I think I cut it short, like about here, because I think the sample went a little further, and I think I ended up cutting it so that it wouldn't sound like it's completely getting off. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I don't really know like the musical terms for all this. I'm just trying to like talk about it the way I understand it. It kind of gets more offbeat if you go further this direction. If I were to kind of stretch this out further, for this note, so I kind of had to cut it right about here because it cycles, and so the next cycle would have been a little off beat compared to the track. And so, I mean, I really don't know if there's a way to get around that kind of issue with sampling. I mean, I don't really know much about sampling. I'd probably have to use a different editor, I'm guessing, to sample. I'd probably have to edit the sample before I upload it into NNXT. I mean, I really don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here. So pretty much that's pretty much my favorite sound, the sample. Is pretty much my favorite sound other than the melody sound. I like the trance synth too, but I mean, I didn't want to use it because it is kind of heavy. And I get a little carried away with like dark sounding songs. I've been told people don't really like really dark music sometimes, even though I do. Anyways, so down here you can see there's an automation again. I kind of just faded this out. It's not really a fade, but it just kind of drops out here at the end, at the outro. There's not much I really want to say about this track. I'll just play this snippet from the beginning. A couple bars here. Let me see. I'll play it before the beat actually drops, so you can see it. But I don't want to play the whole thing. It's not that long, but I don't want to play the whole thing. You can go to SoundCloud and listen to it. So. that's pretty much how it sounds. You can tell why I didn't want to get too carried away with this trance synth. Pretty much what I did is I copied and pasted the pattern from the melody and put it into the trance synth and kind of just um used it in there. Um, I mean, I don't really have too much to say about this track. It's not really done. I'd like to use some of these other combinators that are in here and add more, like to the middle of the track. It gets it's very repetitive, as you can see. Um, there's not a lot of layers to it. It's just kind of basic, but I'll just keep playing around with it until I get it exactly the way I want. But I'm gonna upload it as is because I think this one's long overdue and I've been working on it for too long. But anyways, I guess thanks for watching, and I'm gonna try and see if this saves and records, and I can upload it to my blog as well. You can check out my Beefily SoundCloud. I'll leave some links in the description so you can kind of check out some stuff on your own time, I guess. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll try and upload more of these videos.